In 2016, the RSPCA states that it investigated almost 150,000 cases of animal cruelty. If the law is changed to make animal abuse a violent crime, it could potentially stop people from committing these horrible acts and prevent the abuse of animals. Many people don't care or don't think that they can do anything to prevent the mistreatment of animals. This is so wrong, though, and there are multiple ways that everyone can do their part to help make the lives of animals much more enjoyable. As the saying goes, many hands make light work. I have been surrounded by animals my whole life. I have had multiple dogs, birds, I own my own horse, and besides for that, I have worked around and cared for many other different types of animals for a very long time. Pets not only teach us responsibility, but they teach us how to care for something that depends solely on you. So why should we care about the abuse against animals? I think it's pretty obvious. All over the world, animals are being abused every second of the day. This doesn't just include dogs and cats. It includes birds, rabbits, horses, livestock, and pretty much any type of animal you can imagine. For example, a royal python and a boa constrictor were both decapitated with a pair of scissors. Not many people think that it's possible for a snake to be abused, but obviously it is. The worst part of it all is how helpless these poor animals are. They cannot defend themselves for the majority of the time. Most cases of animal abuse and neglect are committed by someone who has a history of domestic violence, and I don't think many people know that fact. Many women are afraid to leave an abusive relationship because they're scared of what their abusive partner might do to their pet if they leave and can't bring the pet with them. 71% of pet-owning women entering women's shelters reported that their batterer had injured, maimed, killed, or threatened family pets for revenge. If these abusers are caught, they should never be able to own an animal ever again. Before 1996, there were only 4 states in the entire U.S. that had laws against animal cruelty, and not a whole lot has changed, just little adjustments here and there that act as band-aids, but they don't cure the problem. Nowadays, American households have more pets than they do children. This tells you a lot about how we consider pets in this day and age. This should tell you that we treat our pets like we do our family, and therefore pets should not be considered property under the law. If pets aren't property, they won't be treated as such as often. There is a way for almost anyone to help change these statistics. If you're involved in owning a pet or you know someone who is, there are many ways to help stop the abuse of animals. If you're looking to adopt a pet, do not go to the local pet shop. Like they say, adopt, don't shop. There are animal shelters in almost every county that you can go to find your next best friend. After all, dogs are a man's best friend, and a lot of these shelters are kill shelters. Quoted from PetFinder.com, approximately 8 to 12 million companion animals enter animal shelters nationwide every year, and approximately 5 to 9 million of them are euthanized. Knowing this statistic, there is no reason that anyone looking for a pet should go to a pet store and not an animal shelter. Buying a pet from a pet store, especially dogs, could be supporting puppy mills and backyard breeders. Adopting a pet from a local animal shelter can prevent animals from being euthanized and help them find a loving forever home. Now you know how you can prevent the ongoing abuse of pets. Envision your own pet being abused. What would you do to the person who was abusing it? Imagine yourself seeing someone abuse a pet of theirs. Would you run over and stop them, or mind your own business and keep on going? By not supporting local shelters and fighting for pets to not be property any longer, you're basically that passerby ignoring the violence. Imagine yourself being helpless and relying on someone to completely care for you. That's how our pets feel. Now imagine being helpless and then also being abused. People need to start putting themselves in another creature's shoes. Only then will they understand that feeling. The first step in changing the treatment of animals is to stop considering household pets as property, especially dogs and cats. Not that that means that other animals aren't abused, but dogs and cats are the number 1 and 2 animals that are abused. The second step is considering animal abuse a violent crime. Since pets are still considered property, violence against them technically can't be considered a crime, and this has to change. Go to your local legislators and call them and discuss with them your feelings on animal abuse. and how the first step in changing the way we look at our pets is not considering them property, and that needs to change. Nothing will get done if we do not try. Speaking up for your beliefs is the only way to get started. Doing so can cause a change even if you don't believe it can. And as stated by Gandhi, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated.